Greetings molweni, sanibonani nganzayo siphinde sinibingelele sinamukele kolunye uhlelo oluwunqambothi. It is Durban Network. I am your host uSabelo umfokandabase. Siyabonga nganza kwethu ukuhleze nihleli nalo lolu hlelo lwayo iDurban Network. Igama ke uSabelo umfokandabase le phansi eMkhomasi. Estudio namhlanje sivakashelwe unobhala okanye usecretary wenhlangano yabasebenzi iCOSATU okuyi Federation uEdwin umfowamkhize. Ngaphandle kokuchitha isikhathi asimbingelele siphinde simamukele. Khabazela.
Siyakubingelela mfokandabase sibingelele wena. Sibingelele no producer wakho naye futhi umjwaha. Siphinde futhi sibonga ukuthi iDurban Network isinikezele lithuba lokuthi sixoxisane kanye nayo nabalaleli bayo nabo bonke nje abalandeli beDurban Network kuyithuba ke esilijabulela kakhulu njengenhlangano yeCOSATU kwiprovince yaKwaZulu Natal.
Masihlangene neCOSATU obvious sikhuluma indaba yabasebenzi. Khabazela iningi labantu kakhulu abasebenzayo bakhala ngenkampani izimo zaseyinkampanini unfavorable working conditions ukuholelwa phansi which somehow doesn't even meet the minimum wage which was gazetted in certain years ago. Ikuphi ukungenelela okwenziwa iCOSATU ezimweni enjalo?
Kufanele ngisho ukuthi asibonge nje kakhulu sisho ukuthi uma ukhuluma ngaleyo ndaba leyo ukhuluma ngomsebenzi okuyiwona esingathi inerve inhliziyo ekakhulukazi yomsebenzi wetrade unionism in South Africa, which COSATU ke eSouth Africa is leading. Okumsebenzi kakhulukazi okuphucula impilo zabasebenzi ukwenza impilo zabasebenzi zibe ngcono. Singasho nje ukuthi ke kuyinhlanhla nje ukuthi njengoba ukhuluma nathi angeke uthi ukhuluma nenhlangano ukhulumi namavela shona labantu ekuthiwa amavela shona emzabalazweni awukhulumi futhi nenhlanganyana nje esadinga ukukhishwa umnqantula uma ukhuluma ngeindaba zabasebenzi.
Yes sir.
Ukhuluma ngeorganization endala ekulweleni abasebenzi eSouth Africa eyaziwayo eqala ukulwela abasebenzi ngesikhathi sobandlululo njengoba sihlanganisa u40 years nje ngoDisemba kulonyaka esiphuma kuwo siyohlanganisa u41 years.
Yes.
iCOSATU yakhelwe phezulu kwemzabalazo 1973 Durban strike neminye imizabalazo eminingi ekade iphushwa kuma sectors ahlukahlukene ko mine workers imizabalazo ehlangene kakhulukazi nemizabalazo ye federation enkulu yayibizwa ngeSACTU eyaba involve kwakhiweni kweFreedom Charter nemizabalazo eminye ke international ngoba iCOSATU is not just a national federation, is an international internationalist federation. So ngizama ke ukuthi lento okhuluma ngayo yongaphathe kahle kwabasebenzi emsebenzini nongaholelwa kahle kwabasebenzi emsebenzini angiqale ngale yamaholo emsebenzini ngisho ukuthi iCOSATU iqala nje ukwakhiwa yaba part of ama founding resolutions eCOSATU kwaba ukuthi abasebenzi eSouth Africa yakhiwe ngesikhathi abasebenzi bekade kunesiteleka sango 1973.
Yes.
Esavele suka nje isiteleka saqubuka ngenxa yongakhokhelwa kahle kwabasebenzi.
Yes.
At the center ka 1973 Durban strike kwakuyizona ngqole izinto oyishoyo ukungaholelwa kwabasebenzi ngendlela efanele nama conditions abasebenzi ngaleso sikhathi yayingekho nanemithetho evikela abasebenzi. iCOSATU itheme yakhiwa ke yathi izinto ezozibeka phambili ukuthi fanele kuphuculwe isimo sokusebenza kwabasebenzi eSouth Africa kuphuculwe futhi nendawo zokusebenza kuphinde kuphuculwe nemiholo yabasebenzi. Ingakho lento ebizwa ngeNational Minimum Wage
yes
was a founding resolution ngesikhathi iCOSATU yakhiwa ukuthi iCOSATU part of imsebenzi kofanele iyenze yobe ingaqedile uma ingayilwelanga ukuthi eSouth Africa akube khona lento ekuthiwa national minimum wage ngoba abaqashi babaxhaphaza abasebenzi ukuthi uma ubaxhaphaza umsebenzi ungamxhaphazi kuze kudlule kuleli nani leli.
Yes.
Ngiyazi ke so i-national minimum wage enye yemzabalazo yekhosathu ukuzama ukuphucula impilo zabasebenzi.
Yes.
Kodwa i-national minimum wage akusiwona umzabalazo ophelele wekhosathu ukuthi sithi abasebenzi abaholelwe nge-national minimum wage.
Yeah.
Kunomunye futhi umzabalazo ikhosathu ewuphushayo kulezinto zokuthi abasebenzi bakwazi ukuthi baholelwe kangcono obizwa nge-living wage.
Yes.
So ine-national minimum wage kube ne-living wage. I-national minimum wage ilabaqashi abaxhaphaza kakhulu ukuthi ngeke savuma akube legislated ukuthi awuzukwazi ukuxhaphaza umsebenzi ngaphansi kwaleli nani. Kodwa ngokwekhosathu sifuna wonke umsebenzi eSouth Africa ahole ngokwe-living wage. I-living wage ke ukuthi umsebenzi mesebenza.
Yeah.
Yabona nje abasebenzi abaholile nje kade ngolwesihlanu kumhla ka31. Namhlanje uLwesibili.
Yes.
Abasenza abasenamali. Abanasho imali yokuthenga isinkwa, abanamali even yokugibelisa ingane zabo zesikoleni. So i-living wage ukuthi umsebenzi akakwazi ukuthi ahole ngendlela ezokwazi ukuthi abhekane nezindleko zempilo. Akahola umsebenzi ngendlela yokuthi akakwazi ukuthi abe ne-decent shelter. Akahola umsebenzi ngendlela yokuthi akakwazi ukuthi abe ne-decent transport. Akahole ngendlela yokuthi akwazi uku-afforda i-education for abantwana bakhe.
Yes.
Uma ufanele aye e-clinic noma esibhedlela noma kudokotela umsebenzi osebenzayo fanele akwazi ukuthi abhekane nezindleko ezibhekene nendaba yempilo. So ileso struggle kuyisona kakhulu kasekhosathu. So njengamanje kulento ye national minimum wage si achieved i-national minimum wage as khosathu ngo-2018.
Yeah.
Silwile kakhulu kwaze kwakhishwa ama-commission ahambile ayokwenza i-research ayo-investigate emazweni aphesheya. Ngaleso sikhathi umuntu kusenziwa izinto ze-research ne-investigation owayithunywe i-government owayihlalela i-government ukuthi ku-investigate into ye-national minimum wage yayilidwa Babu Cyril Ramaphosa esewu-deputy president kwi-NEDLAC. Then kuabasebenzi nama-civil society ne-government ne-business. La singazange sivumelane kakhulu thina ne-business because njengekhosathu sasifuna 5,500.
Yes.
Siqala nje nge-national minimum wage ngo-2018.
Yes.
Kodwa ke sigcine ke si-achieve lokhu egcine sik-achievile.
Yes.
Okwakwenza umsebenzi osebenza isikhathi esingango 8 hours a day aholele u20 rand nge-hour.
Yes.
Sagxekwa kakhulu ukuthi kwenzeka kanjani ukuthi sivume
nisamukele
siyamukele leyo. Kodwa ngifuna ukukutshela ukuthi abasebenzi abangaphezulu ka50% eSouth Africa babehola far below that. And sasho ukuthi nje as long sisakhona as khosathu siyolwela ukuthi i-national minimum wage iphucuke ize ifike kwi-level ezokwazi ukuthi imnike umsebenzi a dignified wage. Ngempela baningi abasebenzi abamuva because kunama-company amaningi asikhathi ayiholela abasebenzi o250 a week.
Yes.
Kunabasebenzi abathola 100% increase. And laba bebethi akulindwe sasithi mothi akulindwe labasebenzi laba abahola 250 bazolinda kuze kube yinini. Kungcono kube achieve something ngoba wena mokhala uthi akulindwe mhlawumbe usungaphezulu kodwa lo ngaphansi kuzokwenza umehlukwanyana azokuthola. That is why we said no, i-national minimum wage ayibe khona ngoba ivikela abasebenzi. Njengamanje sikhuluma ukuthi i-national minimum wage is around 5,400. Ayikho ikhampani kufanele ngabe ixhaphaza umsebenzi okungaphansi kwa 5,400. That is our struggle as khosathu.
But then the argument would be yes, you've gazetted what you've gazetted, you end up where you end up and stuff. but the very same thing still continues. I mean, you see a lot of companies who are paying workers, I mean, below what is a minimum wage, for which the question would be, yiphi operation nina enike niyenze njengane federation enkulu as to challenge lezo nkampani esaqhubeka nalowo mkhuba?
Yeah, I think you are right. Awuphelile lo mzabalazo. Awuphelile neze. But into ebalekile kakhulu ukuthi you achieve legislation. Because legislation iyona efana ne theory into your practice ukuthi you can hold umqashi accountable umhambise nasenkantolo for not implementing. Over and above that, after we've achieved legislation, siba nama outreach campaign tina as COSATU.
Yeah.
We've taken some of them to areas like Potchefstroom. We've taken some of them to areas like Mnambithi, Newcastle, Kostebe.
Yes.
Because we also have trade unions. Where we sometimes go with Department of Labor, because abaqashi sometimes banayo into ukuthi bathi abanawo umthetho obavumela ukungenisa ama trade unions. Sometimes we go with trade department, sometimes samba as COSATU siyobheka ukuthi kungabe lama companies are they complying yini, and we interact directly with abasebenzi. That's what we are doing firstly. Secondly, ngiyangizwa abantu bethi sometimes COSATU is not doing the work, the unions are not doing it. As we speak here, as we're sitting, our organizers, our shop stewards are in the bargaining chambers. If you go to CCMA now, you'll find shop stewards and organizers of COSATU. If you go to Labour Court, you'll find abameli and organizers of COSATU. We are actually ensuring that these laws are being respected. We've done inspections. Recently, we did inspection in Newcastle. Sometimes we have taken ama companies, let alone we are not happy nge capacity of Department of Employment and Labor, but kunama cases akhona kwa Department of Employment and Labor because it gap kwi legislation iyamvumela umqashi othi aka afford ukuthi apply lento ekuthiwa exemption. Ours is to force umqashi to open the books. If you say you're not affording, we want to see the books, because abaqashi South Africa bane tendency of prioritizing profit over the wages, over the conditions of workers. So thina fanele sithi open the books, and we need to challenge you through the Department of Labor and see oppose exemption also ke uyifakile. Amanye ama companies that are not complying, kunama cases ama exemptions that are continuing afakwe ithina as COSATU. Amanye ama companies that are not paying, bayazi abasebenzi, kunama companies where there are already rulings ukuthi ama companies fanele akhokhe ama millions akhokhele abasebenzi. So we do go and senze ama inspections. But enye into baba Ndamase engifuna ukuthi mhlambe uyiqonde nabaleli bakho bayiqonde kahle ukuthi it becomes very difficult to monitor each and every company. There are hundreds of thousands of companies.
Yeah.
And kunama companies where workers are not members of trade unions. And into esiyitholile ukuthi exploitation eningi yenzeka kuma companies where members are not members of workers are not members of trade unions.
Ngifuna ukungena kule ngoba you've even find that even some trade unions, which I can assume they are under COSATU obvious as a federation, uthola ukuthi abasebenzi ufica bekhala ngesimo sokusebenza bethi bayibikelile inyonyana yabo, kodwa inyonyana ivumelane ngale emumva nomqashi ngento bona abangekho happy ngayo. Then the question would be, what are the mechanism that COSATU can bring on the table, which they use either to discipline the trade unions that are under them, who perform their duties out of the concern of their work that they represent?
Yeah. Yabona into ebalekile ngiyengibeza nibekhuluma ngoCOSATU bese sometimes we always want to clarify lento, who is COSATU? Yabona, as a provincial secretary of COSATU, ngikhethwe ama unions, ama affiliates of COSATU. Currently we have 16 of them in all sectors. Lama affiliates of COSATU akhiwe ama shop stewards and leaders abakhethwe abasebenzi. So ngekwe democracy ye COSATU, the owners of trade unions and the owners of COSATU, it's workers themselves. It's not Edwin. So inkinga lana efika ibe khona ukuthi abasebenzi must always be empowered in terms of the constitution, because if the organizer is an employee of the workers, because it's them who pay the subscription, it's them who pay the affiliation fee to COSATU. It's workers that are paying that subscription. So the organizer is an employee of the workers. The union is an organization of the workers. The democracy of unions of COSATU and COSATU, it's within the workers. Ukuthi abasebenzi, they elect these people. We always say, basebenzi, hold us accountable. You are correct. I don't want to dispute the fact that there are complaints from workers that some of the union representatives are not doing justice to them. If you're an organization, you need not to be dishonest. The fundamental principle of trade unionism is transparency, honesty. You must be ethical if you are a true trade union leader of workers. So workers need to know that we can remove uSabele Ndamase ngoba ukhethwe yithini, singamremove uSabele. We can remove Mkhize Edwin ngoba Edwin ukhethwe lama leaders esiwakhethile. So first and foremost, they need to have that understanding. But over and above that, in the union, there are protocols, there are structures.
Yes.
You have a shop steward that represent you, an organizer maybe or deployed to the workplace to represent you. If you feel good, they are not doing well, there's a next structure with trade union in which workers have to go to the next structure. If they are not happy to with that next structure, they go to the next structure and the other structure until they come to us as COSATU, because we are formidable and structured organization. Workers do come to us. So we are saying they need to understand that there are those measures in place.
There's more and more companies that are hiring illegal immigrants with the aim of maximizing their profit, obviously. Yini enziwa iCOSATU ukubhekana ney'nkinga ey'njalo, because it's a huge cry and it has left so many South Africans in particular unemployed.
Yes. In fact, I was saying this issue of illegal immigrants or undocumented foreign nationals who are workers is not really a new issue. But we understand that it's get to where abantu base South Africa said, asakwazi ukuyimela, we can no longer tolerate it, because in a lot of other negative effect in the yama undocumented and illegal foreigners. Because at the end of the day, it is important that we need to know ukuthi who is in the country.
Yeah.
Because thina as abasebenzi, it's affecting ngendlela yokuthi, as ngeke ngasho before, abaqasha abaningi ba prioritize i-profit, and ukwenza kwabi profit ukuthi bakhathe kuma labor cost. So uma kuthi ke kunama foreign nationals, by virtue ukuthi bona bayazi ukuthi they are vulnerable, abantu aba vulnerable ngoba since be undocumented bazibona as abantu abangena amalungelo. Now kuma workplaces amaningi siyile thina as COSATU, samba no Home Affairs, no Department of Labor, even before kube khona lokuqubuka lokho esikubonile. Inkinga efike yenzeke uma sifika emakhampanini.
Yes.
Abaqashi sometimes bayabajombisa, bababalekise, babahlalise emahlathini.
Jeez.
Sifike si-inspect. And mesenza this inspection or senza lama blitz, uzothola ukuthi sebebalekile bajomba ufice yonke into in order. Abasebenzi emakhampanini basaba i-victimization, abazokhuluma iqiniso ukuthi khona abantu abasemahlathini. Whether uzohamba ungenayo information noma ubabonile bejomba bebaleka, but inkinga thina that we have been raising ukuthi kufanele kuqiniswe uDepartment of Employment and Labour, uDEL, because if uDEL no Home Affairs, they are always available. We can inspect the company, go back again and again and again every day. Si check ukuthi kwenzakalani kuleyo company. So we have embarked in those blitz and those inspections to go siyo-check izinto efana nokuthi ikhona ni compliant kuma companies ngento yama illegal immigrants, ikhona yini i-compliance ne-national minimum wage, ikhona ni compliance ne-occupational health and safety. We have since resuscitated that campaign. So that's what we are doing as COSATU. We have been in the workplaces, but sikhala ngokuthi i-challenges nayo i-consistency yokusustaina leyo campaign from the departments.
Bese umbuzo uthi sini stand se-COSATU with regards to undocumented and illegal foreigners? Do you join the team that's saying abahambe?
What we are saying as COSATU, we issued a very balanced statement as a province of KwaZulu-Natal on our view. First and foremost, what we are saying is that issue that is raised by the people of South Africa on the undocumented foreign nationals must be understood. Ukuthi, firstly, sifuna clarify, except if we are wrong as COSATU, ukuthi abantu base South Africa do not hate abantu abaqhamuka emazweni angaphandle ababazondi. Njoba sekuvele kwagijinyiswa lento ukuthi babazonda, kwagijinyiswa into yani yezenophobia. Thina si understand as COSATU ukuthi lento isihlala isikhathi eside inga addressiwe ngendlela efanele. Abantu kwaze kwafika la bebuka khona ama issues amaningi ukuthi kuyingozi ukuhlala kwabantu kwi-country aba undocumented ongazi ukuthi mobadinga ubathola kuphi, because at the end of the day leyo nto ithinta kakhulukazi indaba ye-security. I-security yabantu ne-security of the state. Iphinde izothinta indaba yani, ithinta indaba as well lesikhuluma ngayo kusilwisana kanjani nokuxhashazwa kwabasebenzi, kugqilazwa ukuthi kukhona abasebenzi abaqhamuka emazweni angaphandle aba-undocumented. Thina si-understanda-ke as COSATU ukuthi leyo nto leyo yona into ekufanele i-attendwe. Kodwa leyo nto futhi uku-attendwa kwayo sithi as COSATU ayibhekwe lento yokuthi kungagcini sengazi ukuthi sekukhona into yokuthi abantu abamnyama ba-underminana bodwa, kunezinto zo-black and black violence, or kune-question of class kulento yelokhu nje yama-undocumented foreign national, because abanye you'll find ukuthi those who come through the flights, the visas are expired, they don't go back because they afford to live in posh suburbs. Those are not attended to. So the issue which one day Karl Marx spoke about, ukuthi workers of the world tonight, you have nothing to lose but your chains. And apha kungazuthi it's the working class now issue, of which we are saying that ayibhekwe holistically. But the third one we are saying kunezinto ekufanele kudilwe nazo. Kudilwe nazo nje kungadilwa ngokuthi umuntu okufika noma uyena umuntu okufika. Indaba ye-crime nama drugs. Akudilwe nayo ngokwendaba ye-crime. This is crime, whether South African or umuntu okufika. Indaba yama lokho nje forced marriages. Deal with the forced marriages because modila nalezo zinto uyazi ukuthi there will be no reason ukuthi umuntu wangaphandle afune ukuza eSouth Africa, ngoba udila nazo zonke lezi zinto zokugqilazwa kwabo ngokuthi baqashwe ngendlela engekho emthethweni ngenxa ukuthi kubalekelwa ama labor cost. If you deal with zonke lezo zinto, then bese uzoqinisa indaba ye corruption kuma borders. Address corruption kuma borders, qinisa enforcement kuma borders, ensure accountability and that the law enforcement of government, they do their work. So at the end of the day, the whole situation will be managed. I so wish that people can go through and see what you are submitting as COSATU, because if you go through what you are submitting, it's a very stabilized and balanced approach in terms of how to deal with the issue of foreign nationals. But we really do understand that the people of South Africa are saying, no, this matter, we can no longer allow government to leave it unattended. And we are saying that the government must respond properly and accordingly. But ilaba bajomba from Malawi and others, let's look at it holistically.
The unemployment remains extremely high, especially among young people. Imapama practical solutions that you are coming with as COSATU?
April this year, kade sinanto ekuthiwa i-job summit. We kule province yase KZN, we have been calling job. There was a what you call the presidential job summit in 2018. After 2018, from 2019, we have been calling for job summit. Kwi province KwaZulu-Natal. There have been job summit in April. We have made our own submission. As COSATU. Firstly, I think you must understand that Tina, as a trade union, we are not just a trade union that just shout issues of unemployment, shout issues of exploitation of workers. Tina, we are responding to the question as well, what do you do about this thing? Uzokhumbula ukuthi kunalama programs lawa expanded public works program. We look at those programs, the expanded public work program, as programs that should actually capacitate the youth. Ekufanele kwazi ukuthi ibanikeze i-relief in terms ukuthi kube khona abakwazi ukuthi bakuthole, but on the other hand ikwazi ukubaqinisa ngokwama skills. But that is a what you call a short-term intervention. So we are involved as COSATU. That's why recently, 2 weeks back, our leadership had a meeting with the presidency to say we see good these programs are no longer properly funded and we must increase funding. But the other issue, we are also leading in the human resource development strategy, human resource development council in KZN that talks on the issues of skills development. Now we are saying, what are the necessary skills that you're supposed to be developing? Because one of the challenges is that it is very much unfortunate and painful with a youth that has diplomas, youth that has degrees. It's a youth that has gone to school. But now you ask then a question, why the skills that they have, the qualification that they have can't give them the job? So you can't just sit down. You need to engage with Human Resource Development Council, but also that is why now you see there's a joint sitting of the Human Resource Development Council of the province and the Economic Council of the province. That was our view as COSATU, which government appreciated. You can't deal with issues of skills development in isolation from our skills economy. Let's see what the skills that you are developing. Like now, foreign nationals. Some of them were builders, some of them were plumbers, some of them were doing nails, were doing hair, all those things. Those are the skills. Where are those skills? Do we have enough of those skills? So as COSATU, we are saying, let us engage sitters. Sitters must invest in soft skills where people can be able to make a living through the skills that they have, even if you are not employed. Over and above that, we are saying in those platforms, we're bringing big companies to say, what is it that these companies are doing to align the issue of skills development nendaba yelokhunje yama jobs. So I'm saying that's what we are doing. That's where we are. Over and above that, that is why we are encouraging those the youth that has finished schools, programs, afana programs, the teacher, assistant teacher, teachers, the issue, afana nani, the learnerships, the interns, even unions, we do take interns because we are saying, in the meantime, let's make sure that we help that youth to get exposure and to be able to have their skills developed and make them ready to work or make them ready to work for themselves.
Okunye uzothi omunye umuntu kukancane uzikhosathu ikhuluma mhlawumbe ngokuhlonyeleliswa kwama-business asakhulayo, for which we know ukuthi most of the graduates have resorted on opening their own businesses for which they don't have funding, you know. You may find ukuthi ufuna mhlawumbe ukuvula mhlawumbe intonyana yakhe, can be a saloon, if it's a saloon, can be whatsoever afuna ukuyivula, but uthola ukuthi i-funding akanayo, you know, for which uhulumeni kubukeke ngathi akanawo amandla noma akanaso ispeed ekutheni asize labo bantu abafuna ukuvula amabhizinisi. As we see right now ukuthi abokuhamba bayazivala izitolo emalokishini, but zivaliwe. Uhulumeni can't speed up the process to say mama wale car because wena wathi uqashisele lo muntu usehambile now 20,000 hambe uyothenga istock, you know, and then akwazi ukuqhubeka nebhizinisi. Kodwa ke soixoxa ngelinye ilanga le. The question is, njengekhosathu nikholela ukuthi ngabe uhulumeni wase South Africa ulwa ngokuphelele nangespeed esenele ne-corruption?
No, we don't believe so. We really don't believe so. If you notice, itina as COSATU, we are very much strong and always raise issues on corruption. We have marched against corruption. We had an interview when the Madlanga Commission was starting. Some people said to us, what do we think whether the president is correct for appointing the Madlanga Commission or the president must just release Minister Mkhunu? We were very clear and vehement as COSATU. You said, no, we think that the president must appoint the commission.
Yeah.
And when we said the president must appoint the commission, to some people we sounded, because sometimes there is what you call people will always want to see, or some people would want to be opportunistic in their calls without really applying the mind properly. And we said, yeah, because the issue Madlanga Commission,
yes,
ngesikhathi General Mkhwanazi was came out, when General Mkhwanazi came out, he implicated lot of institutions that are not really conducting their business properly.
Yes.
And then we said, if you do not appoint the commission, how are we going to get to the bottom of this? That's why we supported Madlanga. Now, I'm happy that people who thought we were wrong when we said there must be a commission, it's them now who want this commission more than anyone else. It means that that is how COSATU is strong. COSATU marched in 2018, forcing President Msholozi at the time to appoint the commission on the issue whether you say it's a state capture or a capture of the state. But when there were those allegations that our state is captured, we marched. We put a big march here in Durban, demanding that we want that to be investigated.
Yes.
Even when we submit, every time there's SOPA, there's SONA, we are saying that even addressing corruption is at the center of everything. When you want to address the question of service delivery, when you want to address even the question of jobs, you must confront corruption. And we are known as a federation as one of those organizations that have always...
But Mr. Mkhize, ngiyakuzwa kuloko kusho. Omunye umuntu will argue with you athi nisase umbimbi nabo nisadla nabo etafuleni elilodwa, yet they are doing so lot of things okuwukuthi anihambisani nazo. Ikuphi enikwenzayo really okungababeka to a position to say we don't have any hole to hide, sekufanele siyenze lento eshoyile abantu? Because the corruption siphila ngayo every day. Ama-institutions kahulumeni, they are dead. Most of them, they are dead. They are dysfunctional. Yet you are there, numbimbi nabo labantu, nishade nabo. Even to, the upcoming elections, ninabo labantu, but they are doing corruption.
Ashadile nabantu abakwi-corruption. Thina we are saying, and our stance is well known, even in the public discourse and even in the alliance, our stance is very well known. Istance sethu ukuthi ama-shenanigans ne-petty bourgeoisie, people who are advancing the agenda of enriching themselves in the movement must be isolated. All those shenanigans. We are saying that the African National Congress, because we are so umbimbi ne-organization, not nama individuals are corrupt. Ama individuals are corrupt. We have been very clear, even in our statement, even when we address even the platform of the African National Congress. Some of those shenanigans that might be alleged to be corrupt, they are there. We say to them, they must be isolated, must be marginalized. We must train our branches. Ukuthi imali is not everything. Don't sell your soul. Don't sell the soul of the organization for money. If we know ukuthi this one is here, let's get rid of this one. Let's marginalize it. Let's get ethical leadership. Let's get leadership that is committed to the people. Get leadership that is committed to service delivery. That's what you have been saying. But the issue of corruption, when we say so umbimbi ne organization, not the individuals that are corrupt. Thina silona umbimbi ne government. So umbimbi ne revolutionary movement. African National Congress, not the government. That's not umbimbi ne government. The government is our employers, and we treat them as such. That's why we have marched, we've submitted memorandum. That's why we've taken them to court. But on the other hand, i-corruption kuyavela manje. Futhi kusazovela. I-corruption ukuthi kuphela abantu bekhuluma nento ze corruption babheka kuphela ku-ANC. I-corruption thina sifuna ibhekwe kona wonke ama-political parties. Sifuna ibhekwe kona wonke ama-political parties. Ibhekwe even nakwezinye inhlaka. Currently kuma-trade union, sinama-trade union awoqhibukhowe. Amaningi avumbuka. Abasebenzi banama-cases, fanele ama-case ayiswe enkantolo. Unions do not take cases of workers to court. Some, they say they don't have money. But where's the money of workers? And we are saying, even the challenge that we are facing, there are trade unions are every day. Amanye are politically motivated to come and collapse the traditional trade unions. But we know some of them, they use that as fundraising strategy. Some of them, they go there. So those trade unions, lawa asebenzela ukushootha ama video and send them viral. Bese kuthiwa niyabona ke sisebenzela abasebenzi. COSATU is not working. COSATU is failing. When COSATU, as I've indicated, officials all the time are in the bargaining chambers. I call those trade unions the ones the view ones, because you only see them once when they do those videos, they send them viral. After that, you don't know what happened behind the scenes. Some of them, they go, they babamba ma employers ngama washing baba sabese, then they use that as a fundraising strategy. Ebusuku they go, they meet with the same employers ema hotel, they go with those employers ema restaurant, they collect amasaga emali, some of them. But workers on the other hand, they say, these ones, because they are talking a radical language, they are with us. I want to know if we ever followed those view ones where they are saying they are truly representing workers. What happens after that? Because what I know, many of those workers have come to us in COSATU offices. They said we were misled. Please, take up our matter, assist us.
Mr. Mkhize, there's also allegations that some of the COSATU senior members have taken shares to certain companies, which, sort of limit the COSATU to do its work or on representing the workers. Could you attest to those allegations?
Sengiyawudinga amanzi akho No. I think everything must be tested.
Mm-hmm.
We can't say what they are saying is either there or not. But
Shuthi awuphiki Mr Mkhize mhlambe khona indoda lapha enamashares kaClover noma lapha kaHewlett.
That's why ngithi everything must be tested. Yabona thina we are a rational organization. I can't just say no, but I can say yes when I have not tested that thing.
Yes.
Sometimes people must run away from making allegations without proving them. Because anyone can throw allegation, but allegations must be proven. If you are saying COSATU is got shares in companies, whether you are confused how it's happening, you have not conducted your thorough research or your investigation, or maybe that thing is there, but that's not the culture of COSATU. COSATU is against that. COSATU then will have to deal with it. But this is what happens, which we know. Trade unions, like all trade unions, not unions of COSATU, not COSATU only, even unions that are outside COSATU.
Yes.
Some unions, they what you call social benefits. Izinto that sometimes link a union to some business wings ngoma social benefits of workers. Sometimes if a member happens to lose his or her life, kufanele kube khona something ama schemes akhona enziwayo. Those are my investment wings of the trade union. Trade unions, not COSATU. All trade unions. Even though that are saying with COSATU, they themselves do it.
Yeah.
That there are investment wings in which ama trade unions for the purpose of social benefits of workers are linked on. Then there is a question which one of our union is doing.
Yeah.
Especially the union in the clothing and textile industry.
Textile industry.
Yeah. There has been an issue. Remember when there was an influx from China?
Yeah.
Now siyabona again is coming back through double shin noban laba zoyikhumbula lento le. So
Otem.
lento shin no tem
Yeah.
is coming back.
Yeah.
But around 2008, 2007, there were those 2005 the influx from China.
Yeah.
In which workers in the clothing and textile lost lots of jobs.
Yes.
There was a time where there was a debate in the union. The union said, what do we do to protect jobs? Do you allow the hundreds of thousands of workers to lose jobs? Or you take what the workers have invested? Rather, reinvest in these industries and have workers getting benefits in these companies
Yes.
as part and parcel of saving the jobs.
Yeah.
So that will be a question of saying you're using workers' investment to save their jobs. If that's a question, that's a different debate that we can have as COSATU. Because in countries, some of the most progressive unions do that. Bacheck ukuthi if we have a portion of investment that can save jobs and we have our one company in which we're organizing is closing down, there is 10,000 workers that are losing the jobs there. Do we have investment that we can maybe invest in that company so that we save jobs? So we are saying we don't know what they are talking about up until they come out clearly and say who are those, how are they doing it, then. But it is against the principle of the federation that leaders of the federation own shares in the companies just for them to compromise workers.
Siya kuma elections Babu Mkhize. Umshado noma umbimbilweni nokhongolose liyaqhubeka.
It's a difficult one, that one. But also not that difficult. COSATU is in the alliance with ANC, SACP, SANCO. Lolo mbimbi liyaqhubeka, lusakhona as we speak. And there's generally a consensus across umbimbi.
Yes.
Ukuthi all the leaders zombimbi ziyavumelana ukuthi kulesikhathi esikuso njengamanje where there's a high level of opportunism, there's high level of grandstanding, which may end up misleading the whole mission of the revolution into something that South Africans don't know. Alliance, umbimbi, remain very, very critical. The mass democratic movement remain very, very critical, and it must be strengthened. Fanele iqiniswe, and abantu fanele bafundiswe baziswe ngama programs ne agenda ye revolutionary movement to take this country forward. So there is that consensus as we speak.
Your view on SACP contesting the elections?
My view on that is that this is an old debate in the South African Communist Party. In my own right, I've been a leader of the South African Communist Party as a district secretary and as a part of the disbanded PC of the South African Communist Party.
Yeah.
So I've been in the South Africa. When this debate started in the party, I was there. It got strengthened in 1997. In 2007, in the PE conference, where the SACP was saying that at that time we're talking about the state power. What role the party must play in the state power. So there have been different views in the SACP. Some saying that no, if the SACP stand on its own, is it still going to be able to play the role of analyzing objectively, critically and constructively analyze the society and able to give direction to the society when now we are contesting? Because when you are contesting, it means that now you need to say things when people will say sometimes, no, you are saying these things because ufuna mavoti. So your analysis at the end of the day may not be regarded as objective as the party is supposed to be. So there were those dialectical questions. Some were saying that we have invested a lot in building the South African Communist Party and make sure that the voice of what you call the working class, which in a party's vocab is called the dictatorship of the proletariat, always kube yona voice eqamile in the African National Congress. Now, if you are saying that the party must contest on its own, and we are saying that the African National Congress is a contested terrain, because we are saying khona laba bagangile ngaphakathi, but khona abaningi ku African National Congress abantu aba honest, but kukhona laba bagangile. Now usho ukuthi mothatha ke the working class, the pure working class, uzoyishiyela laba bagangile bazokwenzani ngabagangile. So there are those debates that have been always there. But as far as COSATU is concerned on this debate, sekusele kancane nje, because next month siya ku National Congress eCOSATU. This debate is going to be one of the central political questions in this Congress. Will be one of the main debates in this Congress as to now what's going to be the state of the alliance, how are we going to move forward, what is our view on the SACP contesting the elections. We have said, because we're a mandatory organization, it's fine that the SACP has gone to its special Congress and taken it, but the SACP must respect that COSATU has its own processes. And we are going to this National Congress. This National Congress will then give guidance on the mandate from various affiliates as to what is the ground is saying. Then COSATU will take a decision as to how are we going to move forward. As far as the question of now that in the alliance we now have two parties contesting. It was always easy when it was only one party that was contesting. Now there are two.
Your view on President Cyril Ramaphosa and the GNU?
The GNU has never been our own wish. It's never even been our own dream.
Did you sit down with the African National Congress before they go to the GNU?
In the province, we didn't.
Why not?
We don't know a national. we were in the public at that time with the SACP and SANCO issuing a statement raising a concern of not being really involved in those debates. But we do believe that EGNU sometimes is part of the faults in the whole mass democratic movement, because truth be told, if there was no MKP, there would have been no GNU. If there has been no EFF, there would be no GNU. If there had been no COPE, there would, in fact, it's part of the faulty lines within the African nation. And unfortunately, as workers, as COSATU, we have found one thing, because these things are done by leaders, unfortunately, leaders cracking the power in between or collapsing the power of the mass democratic movement. Now you ask yourself a question, if that is a correct way of addressing the problems that are facing people of South Africa.
Yeah.
Because what Tina as COSATU we see is the agenda of what we have endorsed as the National Democratic Revolution, as an agenda to transform South Africa economically, and also in terms of class, race, and gender. Is being regressed by this GNU. We really don't like the GNU. We don't like the GNU, but our hands are tied, because the very same movement is the one at the end of the day, as ngati the arrival of the GNU is because of, as I've indicated, that is because of the very same faults in the movement done by leadership. By the way,
let's look at the EFF, looking here on how massively it has grown. Njengobushile, would you then say it was a mistake for President Jacob Zuma at that time to expel the members of the Youth League who later formed the EFF?
You know, at that time, I believed differently. I believed that maybe the ANC was correcting itself.
Yeah.
But when the very same leader now, in the form of JZ now, moving out of the very same traditional organization,
yes,
the movement in which some of the political education, ideological and political education, Tina, we have received. Kahlele, they were custodians of those ideas and those views. So when something else happened now, I believe that most of people of South Africa, they were left in a space where they asked themselves a question about politics and politicians. And then that's when you get confused. So I'm saying that all those things, because even the COPE, it was prominent leaders of the African National Congress that decided to deflect and form their own thing. EFF, it was the same thing. MKP is the same thing. So this power that you are talking about, on the other hand, they are saying, Abandu on the side, they say, no, as abantu basa South Africa, fanele sihlanganeni, umuntu omnyama hlangana. But if I tell you what is happening is contrary. And if you look at it, let's just talk about just 1 second about this coming local government elections. 620 parties registering for elections. Are those parties really truly represent the interest of the poor? Or people are doing this thing of politics for their own gains, for their own interest? That's the question the people of South Africa unfortunately are facing. And everyone is going to come and talk, and will talk very nicely. But again, unfortunately, it's the very same people that are losing, the very same what you call struggle that is being set up back.
Going to the local government elections, njengoba usukuvezile ukuthi nisase umbimbi ne-ANC, you are still affiliated with the ANC. Do you feel threatened, especially in the KZN, by the MKP?
Okay, going to the elections, I said the alliance remain. That's what everyone has agreed. But the election question, I want to repeat myself, is going to be concluded by the Congress as to which direction COSATU must take. So if you check me on the 28th of September, we will be clear between on this question. As I've indicated that now there are two parties in the alliance. Now, but if you use threat...
How many possibilities that you might support the SACP rather than the ANC?
It's difficult to say.
You can just...
Because you
throw us for
you know
guess.
You know this question. Why I say it's difficult to say is because we rely on our affiliates that are currently having their internal engagements, and I really do not want to predict those internal engagements until affiliates come and put their positions officially. So I must say that it's not the easy one. There are those who feel very strong that having many parties contesting the election and having many parties leaving the mass democratic movement, it further causes it causes further damage in the whole struggle of the mass democratic movement. There are those who feel very strong.
Would you say then
there will be those? There are those.
It's a divide and conquer kind of approach.
The party can embark on the divide and conquer approach. That should not happen within the vocab of the revolutionary politics. It's just what we call is the sharpening of contradictions. But some are saying that you must understand ANC as an organization, not as a person. Because some have left the ANC because of a person. But some are saying this person or whatever people or person or comrades that are there, those people, their time is finishing. The organization will remain. So there are those who are saying, but COSATU is a Marxist-Leninist organization. It's a class-oriented organization, which is led by the vanguard. So those debates are continuing in COSATU until we conclude them through the democratic process.
Do you think, we are towards closing our conversation, do you think there's still the required energy within the COSATU regarding what is happening right now, that we see a lot of, small unions which are very, energetic, running up and down, trying to be the representative of workers. Before we even speak about how well do they polish their policies, but the energy, let us speak about the energy. Do you think there's still, the adequate energy within the COSATU?
There's a lot of energy in COSATU.
But you don't see you out there.
No. We are. I always say that to the media.
You are not very visible.
No. I don't know how it happens that they don't see us. Maybe I have said, sometime talking to some of the journalists, maybe you say it depends. There's a difference in doing something because it's your passion, and doing something because you want to be seen doing it. You want to be actually, you want to convince people that I'm doing it. as I'm telling
But
you.
these people who are speaking about Mr. Mkhize, some of them, they are hiring people. They are doing something, I mean, which is seen by everybody, even us as Durban Network, because sometimes we are reporter, extracting. We have seen them.
Yes.
We have seen them, I mean, getting into those companies, replacing the ones that are illegal with the South African. And it has happened. And I can attest to you that thousands of people have been hired through that very same strategy.
No.
I can attest to you.
What I say to you, if you say that people have been hired through that strategy, I really cannot attest to that. Because my understanding is that companies have got legit recruitment processes that they embark on. The issue here is the issue of challenging the non-compliance from the companies with the lot of issues: immigration, national minimum wage, issues of occupational health and safety. That's why I'm saying we were in Newcastle. We went to various farms.
Yeah.
We exposed a lot of non-compliance, serious exploitation of workers. I didn't see that in most of the media. I wasn't called by most of, even when we have issued a statement on site. We have been here at SARS,
Yeah.
picketing, submitting a memorandum against the unfair taxation of workers. Because that's one of the big issues. Pay as you earn, workers being taxed when they get retrenched, workers being taxed when they go on pension, workers taxed when they even cash their two-pot system, submitting memorandum. I never seen one very big issue. I never seen even one media capturing that. We've been there recently.
Yeah.
I'm talking about just recent campaigns. We've been at a big march there at a marine building, submitting memorandum on the cost of living and putting demands, what interventions we want as COSATU. I haven't seen most of you. Our unions.
You invite the journalists.
We issue statements. We issue statements in South Africa.
To send invitations beside issuing statements.
We do issue invitations to the media and media alerts. If you check most of the media, they have our media alerts. They have our invitation. I think we're a federation that communicates more than most of the our unions. If you can go in KZN, you won't find maybe less than 4 strikes today.
Yeah.
That are waged by our unions. That's not captured. But those that go there and take their what you call the view ones that I was talking about and send their view ones to you, they become very prominent because they are doing that because they do it for attraction.
But
we just continue wage our strike.
They are doing the work.
That's why the federation is growing, by the way, because workers who are affected, workers who are on the beds, who are in the production line.
Yeah.
Because it's not only work. In fact, all the workers now, they have their own vulnerability. Even workers that are professionals, even workers that are in the public sector. With the change of administration, new administration coming in, workers even who are officials,
Yeah.
they have their own vulnerability. Those workers appreciate the work that we do as COSATU. They know our work, but unfortunately, maybe we're not liked by the media that much, or maybe there might be gap in terms of our communication. But I'm saying COSATU does a lot of work, and there's a lot of energy in COSATU.
Sesizovala nje. Ngiwubuza kokugcina lo mbuzo lo. Ngiye ngawubuza angizange ngithole a very clear answer. I mean, your personal view on President Cyril Ramaphosa. Ubuholi bakhe. Are you still guys certain about his way of leadership?
You know, the issue of we said my honest view.
Yeah.
Well, I think that there have been strengths and weaknesses in all presidencies. It's just that we must say, because African National Congress is African National Congress, everybody will look to it for everything.
Yeah.
When Jacob Zuma was on the edge of leaving government, many people said a lot of things. They were not happy about him. Mbeki, same thing. Many people were not happy about him on certain areas.
Yeah.
Ramaphosa as well. There are many people who are not happy about him on certain areas. In each and every presidency, there is strength, there are weaknesses. I want to tell you about us as workers. Maybe if you give me 1 minute. Firstly, I want to say, at the international level, we have seen government of South Africa under his leadership tackling seriously those who are masters of imperialism, like people like Donald Trump, like people like Netanyahu, on the issue of Palestine. At that level, we have seen that happening. So we would be very happy as working class if we see what really we, as the working class of South Africa, imperialism hating us as South Africa for our views on those areas. We know that the dynamics of the GNU, the contradicting GNU, they are very problematic. You have your DA, AfriForum, and Solidarity that will always go and contradict us, put us as something else. So on that front, there is some work. But then you come back on the issue of some policies that we view as progressive. They may have their own gaps. The Bella Bill, the issue of the NHI, the issue of what you call the there's a work done on the land expropriation question. That's why DA ran to court.
But do you think the
us.
issue of NHI, does it apply, really applies?
The NHI, that is why big businesses, Solidarity and DA, they've taken that matter to court to stop government. But to us, it's progressive. It's our policy. So we've seen some progressive policies under him being advanced. But we have seen some setbacks. What really we were not happy with, and what we're also not happy with, but it's not starting only now during Cyril. It's what the government of South Africa is doing. To want to run South Africa in a capitalist kind of mode of operation, like your issues of neoliberal austerity measures. We have such serious problem with that one. Setting South Africa back, service delivery, worker issues. The 2018 Public Works, 2018 Public Service Collective Agreement, the renege of government to reverse what we've already gained through the negotiations.
Yeah.
We're also not happy as COSATU with the privatization of the state-owned and outsourcing of the state-owned assets. So there are certain things in Cyril that we are not happy with. But there are
like the fall of the SAA. What is SAA?
Yeah, but the SO
Transnet is dysfunctional. It's a joke.
Yes, exactly.
ESCO.
Exactly. And
we've never seen you coming out with a very huge and bold statement to say, this is wrong.
We are going back on that one. It's us who are marching there. It's us who closed the gates there, together with the leadership of SADAW. When Cyril, Pravin Gordhan, and some leaders of the provincial government, I can mention them, who came there to visit Transnet at the harbour. Before that, it's us who were there as COSATU. I was there personally. Some media captured it, that we were there. After that, we had the march. We dedicated our section 77. Every 7th of October, we have march. We dedicated that to Transnet, to stop privatization at Transnet. We submitted memorandum. We called the CE of Transnet at the time to come and collect our memorandum. We submitted it to the president. It's us who are leading the campaign against outsourcing and privatization. There's no other. But you'll always say, no, we don't see you. but I'm saying that those are some of the things, as you correctly put it. What's happening? But you'll agree with me, Babndamas, if maybe you believe, or if you go back, these SOEs have been a problem in government, not only now. Even before, Cyril, they've been a problem. Because people, some of them who are put there as CEOs, they turn these SOEs into milking cows.
Yes, true.
This is why, as Kosatu are saying, we still need to do the job to scan all the SOEs. Those ones are more prominent because are big SOEs, but there are lots of other small SOEs, even in the province. South Africa has got around 3,005, between 3,005 and 4,000 SOEs. Where are they? What are they doing? They have budget. We are saying that we should not allow that these SOEs become the milking cows of certain individuals who become very rich through these SOEs. But these are the very same SOEs that must strengthen the issue, yet job creation for our youth. So the crisis in SAA, it's deeper. Now, you agree with me, you go to the airport, you go to Johannesburg, there's a queue in all other airlines. Those airlines are far cheaper than SAA, but they are well maintained, and they are used often. You go to SAA, it's very empty. Sometimes they fail even to keep time. They are expensive. Why they can, if there's seriousness in like resuscitating these SOEs, why they can't learn from other airlines, the strategies that they are using. So sometimes we have raised it as a concern as COSAT that sometimes killing these SOEs is deliberate because people, they want to say we are privatizing them because they are not making money, so that they will put to private business.
But over time, I mean, the cadre deployment have been a huge issue, whereby you take me, I mean, to be in charge of the SAA when I know nothing about the aviation.
Very true. Those are some of the things that have caused serious problems for us. If I'm known Uguti, Edwin Wagamkize is a chief lobbyist for me. Then when I get in and get an opportunity to control a certain department, then it's time for what you call payback time, whereby issues of buying patronage comes in, that now I need to compensate him. And that has really compromised a lot of. But I would say some of the things have become trends in South Africa, but they will just be known as maybe ANC things. But you may find that most of the parties, they do those things, you know.
Let us touch a bit on African politics, which is my last question, by the way. We haven't seen the COSATU, I mean, also coming out, making a statement about these so many dictators in Africa which are milking their lands down to an extent that most of the African people are moving to South Africa for greener pastures. Why can't you take a stand to confront these dictators? Dictators like your Mnangagwa, your Paul Kagame, and many of them, because almost 80% of the leaders in Africa are dictators. You can't say a word against them. Why can't you see, I mean, a massive federation like COSATU, which is known across the globe, to say a very big word as to confront these dictators?
We have. We have. You see, the statement that I spoke about that we issued on foreign nationals, one of the issues that it touches exactly that one, which the president also was raising, that it should not just be a responsibility of one country. All countries need to play their role. But what we also need to understand that COSATU is just a labor union, a labor movement, a trade union federation. We can raise these things. We can campaign on these things. We can push hard. But they also need other interventions from other side and what you call a political will from other stakeholders and government itself. We work with many federations across Africa and internationally. We are part of the international federations. We are part of the federations in Africa. These are some of the issues that we are discussing and raising, that even those federations in their own countries need to push their government to make sure that the conditions in their countries, issues of human rights, are being addressed. So,
but there's no voice there.
There is. I'm just concerned that you don't know that we have been really raising the voice on that, including lots of campaigns that we have taken on the ground on Swaziland.
I'm speaking about the unions which you say you are working with that are coexisting within those countries.
Yes.
That it would be hard for them to raise their voice because there's no voice there.
Or you mean in those countries that there's a like high level of suppression of the progressive voice. Yeah. No. It could it could be a case in other countries, but I must say that you see within the trade union movement itself, there are dynamics, because you find that some unions in other countries, we may not agree with their countries doing, but because of the dynamics, we may not even reach consensus easily on certain issues. So there are a number of issues that we deal with there. But really, we are there as COSATU. We do raise all these issues. Just that, as I have indicated, because of the level of the high level of exploitation of workers, level of abuse of human rights, the work of trade unionism, and the advancement of capitalism, introduction of technology, the change of work in various sectors, there is quite a lot of the work of trade union. That is why some of us, we don't blame some of our trade union leaders when they don't get time video circulate the way trade unionists are so busy because of what is facing workers. And also the level of unhappiness of workers about trade unions in Akona is very high. But some of it is also caused by this capitalist advancement that I'm talking about. No, I still want to emphasize the point that in most sectors, workers who are members of trade unions, their conditions of service, that is also based on the empirical research. Their conditions of service are much more better than those workers that are ununionized. But we also know that in some sectors, workers that try to join unions are victimized. Their employers want workers to choose between the job and trade union, and they victimize them silently on the corner. We want to say to workers, it is their right to join the trade unions. They need to join the trade unions, and if there are such issues, they must raise those issues with us. We'll see how we deal with them. We know how to protect workers. But the other issue, the last one, is that workers must be careful between a genuine struggle and a struggle that is a populist struggle. They must be very careful because most of them have lost jobs.
Yeah.
The view once struggle have caused many workers to lose jobs. And because when
you speak about view ones, which one are you referring to?
I mean those that we see ones taking pictures and videos, they go viral, then we don't know what happened behind the scenes after that.
Make an example, just the name.
No, there are many view ones. Some of them are organizational, some of them are individual. Who go take videos, you see how COSATU is not helping with dealing with the issues of these workers. At the end of the day, there's no follow-up. You don't see how that matter was concluded, but we see workers coming to our offices crying for help. So I'm saying they must be very careful of those view ones because sometimes...
Give us the name of the view ones, the one you consider view one. I'm sure you know there's one that you know.
There are many.
Just one.
There are many.
Give us one.
There are many. There are many. Some of them are organizational. Some of them are individual.
Okay.
Workers know them.
Abafuna ukunithinta abafinyelela kanjani kunini?
Asikhona thina sile Mercury House. Even workers who are members of our trade union affiliates.
Yeah.
We have 16 trade union affiliates. We've got them in the public sector. We have them in the private sector. We are in every sector. We are a formidable, structured organization.
Yeah.
As COSATU, part of our role is to ensure the question of oversight.
Yeah.
That our unions are truly representing workers. Shop steward organizers are truly representing workers. Even we invite even the view ones, comrades and organizations to also come to us and engage us. This union of yours is playing with workers so that we deal with them. We are a very open organization.
The numbers
It's a 7th floor Mercury House.
Yeah.
Anton Lembede eThekwini. Yeah, 7th floor Mercury House, Anton Lembede eThekwini. Mina ke ngikhuluma noma namuphi umsebenzi. Even just an ordinary worker bayangifonela. Kwi number yami.
Yes.
Ethi 082 399 7756. Ayona isecret bayangifonela. Ivulelekile. Even if you are an ordinary worker, you feel ukuthi i-union yakho ayenzanga kahle, ubone ngathi kudayisile noma organizer akenzanga kahle, bayafona abasebenzi. Akazi baxoxe, but we do have number office 031 304 1690.
Nganza kwethu sivala njalo kuhlelo lwethu lade khona sino Edwin umfoka Mkhize onobhala weCOSATU la kwaZulu Natal. It is Durban Network. Usabela umfoka Ndabase sithi nje kuwena abake babonana baphinde babona. Danko.